Hi, I am with another interesting idea with reference to the topic kinematics. You know, all the students who come from 10th class to intermediate or to 11th and 12th, all they have some very dangerous misconceptions. Even sometimes we see some of the books also mentioning the same way. Some videos also tell the same misconception, and that is velocity is displacement by time. This is such a dangerous misconception. In fact, this is wrong. I mean, that might sound to you, what? I've been studying this like from 3 or 4 years, and how can this be wrong? See, let me tell you, velocity is actually defined as rate of change of either you can say position or displacement. Now, when you say rate of change, it's not so simple that you will divide a quantity by time. That's not rate of change. It brings up the whole subject of calculus here. So in fact, velocity is rate of change means d by dt operator on position, or you can even write d by dt of displacement. In fact, you are differentiating a vector, which is another problem. It's not just a normal differentiation like a scalar. Now, what's the problem with this? Why is this wrong? Suppose if you accept that velocity is displacement by time, the way I have written here, then I will show you something very illogical. We have this very strange equation that s equal to ut plus half at square, which you have been studying from many years, and it is an equation which holds when acceleration is constant. Of course, because this equation is true whenever acceleration is constant, I will divide this equation with time. And now if you say s by t is v, as I have said here, so I will write v equal to, I will separately divide each term with t. So ut by t gives me u, plus half at square by t gives me half at. But unfortunately, your teacher would have also told you v equal to u plus at. So now we have a very serious problem. I get v equal to u plus half at if I accept velocity is displacement by time, and I also have v equal to u plus at. That's the problem. That's the problem with this equation. Velocity is not displacement by time. In fact, displacement by time happens to be average velocity. How average velocity? We will talk about that later. You have to define actually average in terms of an integral, which will be a part of some other video when I discuss there. You can't just calculate average by just dividing by time, or even just by doing a plus b by 2 or b plus u by 2. No, average is not such a simple quantity in kinematics. The definition of average is via an integral. We are going to look at that as a separate thing. So definitely this equation is wrong. However, displacement by time is average velocity, and when acceleration is constant, average is initial plus final by 2. I can write like this. If I replace this, I would still get a consistent value. For example, you take s equal to ut plus half at square, divide both sides with time, and if you replace s by t is v plus u by 2, nothing wrong, it still works. So u plus half at, and if you take this 2 to the other side and simplify, you will get v equal to u plus 8. So the point which I want to tell you is velocity is not displacement by time. Velocity is in fact a rate of change of displacement. You will see sometimes most of the guides and books which are there for IITJ even mentioning this velocity is displacement by time. No, that's not correct. However, displacement by time is average velocity. I can say it is average velocity, nothing now. But again, how to write average velocity? It's very difficult. I have to write it as an integral. But if acceleration is constant, I can write average velocity is v plus u by 2. V plus u by 2, provided a is constant, not otherwise. So these are all very deep concepts. When we are studying physics, we have to be extremely precise and careful with definitions and do it very slowly and carefully. Otherwise, we will end up with wrong things. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.